Hello, learners. We're going to be reading the article Embryonic Development out of our Structure and Function unit. Here we go. An embryo is a multicellular organism in the early stage of development. As you've learned in previous investigations, in sexually reproducing organisms, fertilization of the egg by sperm results in a zygote, or first new cell of an organism. A zygote develops into an embryo as it grows through many cell divisions into a multicellular organism. As the embryo develops, cells specialize in their structure and function, which we know as cell differentiation. Undifferentiated cells, or stem cells in embryos, can develop into highly specialized cells by turning on certain genes and turning off others in the cell. In this way, nerve, blood, cardiac, and muscle cells are formed. Not only do cells specialize, but they're also organized into complex tissues and organs. This process results in unique forms each species displays and enables it to adapt to its environment. Scientists have observed striking similarities in the appearance of animals as they undergo early embryonic development. Look at embryo images below. Notice that many similarities between these animals, even though one is a cat and the other is a pig. Are you able to tell what type of organism these embryos are at this point? Animal embryos look similar early in development because animals share a common ancestor. From this ancestor, they have inherited a common pathway of development. For example, early in development, all vertebrate animals have a nectord, a rod made of cartilage that runs the length of the embryo's body, and gill slits. But as development continues, these structures are lost. They are replaced by structures with functions specific to the species. For example, early in development, a chicken embryo resembles embryos of other vertebrate animals. But later development, notochord is lost and replaced by a backbone, and the gill slits become part of the head and neck. In fish, the gill slits become gills. As vertebrate embryos continue to develop, the differences become more obvious. Developing embryos also have similar internal patterns. For example, many animals have a similar arrangement or pattern of the bones in their limbs. Look at the above image for different animal forelimbs. They are homologous or have the same relative position and structure because they are made of the same basic bones. Note how each forelimb has an upper bone, two lower bones, some wrist bones, and a 5-digit hand, except for the horse and bird. Even the pattern of muscles, nerves, and blood vessels inside the limbs are similar. However, the limbs have become modified for different functions to fit the needs for each specific species in its environment. So once again, this was embryonic development from the unit Structure and Function.